Now, following the demise of Raymond Dokpesi, the founder of Dark Communications PLC, the SDP presidential candidate in the just concluded election, Prince Adewole Adebayo, has paid a courtesy visit to the family of the deceased. Speaking at the home of the deceased, Adewole described Raymond Dokpesi as a media guru and one who had set legacies in politics, media, and engineering, which made Nigeria, which Nigeria would continue to appreciate.
First, he made us to understand that there's a link between media, democracy, free speech, business, and ability of people to create alternative views. And many of the things that he did, the media business is one of the hardest. And he went through crisis after crisis. So he stayed there. And if people like us, who are also media owners, when we see some of the storms that you face, some of the problems, you ask if IT is still there, if they're able to survive all their problems, why would you not hang on? So, and he's trained so many people. There's no way you can be in the media industry in Nigeria today and say that you have not had anything to do with Dokpesi. One way or the other, you will either copy something they have done in AIT, either you will have worked there actually, either you have something. So he's left a lot, and we are actually in a place where we are standing now was a bush when he came here. And the same thing in Lagos, in Alagbado, was a bush. Nobody knew that Alagbado existed. He went there. So it was a man who is a pioneer. The greatest collateral they can take to the bank is that the man left sufficient legacy to last them to the 10th generation in terms of goodwill, in terms of output, and he has built institutions that cannot disappear. So in essence, it can be said poetically that he's not dead. So there's no need to mourn him.
Adewole also said that the deceased was not only a man of politics, but a man who dabbled into series of ventures and supported different entertainment media companies, even at their startups.
I didn't see him as a politician. I saw him just like an uncle. I was just telling people that the first radio station I would speak as a young man was Ray Power. The first TV station I would speak as my young lawyer was AIT. And every other thing that we do, Chief will always support. Even many of us now venture into the media is because of him. And there's so many things that you do. And Chief politics is nationalistic. Chief doesn't know where you come from. And no religion, no location. If you are a Nigerian, Chief loves you. He will support you. You disagree with him, he will even become your friend. Because of my presidential run, I am in the SDP. He is a strong pillar of the PDP. But he always had kind words to say, even though we're competing. And when I met him in February in campaigning against his party in his hometown, he was still talking something positive. He still made sure that AIT carried me and all of that. So one is great. Dokpesi is a national icon. He's a pioneer in many things, and he always liked to do difficult things. When it was the maritime sector, it was when it was just Nigerians were very few in it. When he started the private TVs and radio station, very few people had done it before. And in politics, it was always on the difficult side of things, paying the price for it. And he put his heart in whatever he did. It was a man of courage that this man gave of himself to Nigeria and has led enough legacy. There's nowhere you go in Nigeria, nowhere you go in Africa. And I can tell you, some of the things we are talking about, Nollywood, people doing music, Dokpesi was the window. However weak your output is, if you bring it to AIT, they will show it. If they keep showing it, people will like it. At the time, I was even telling Chief, you just play any music, any people. He said, let's give them young people, let them.
And the former presidential candidate of the SDP urged the family to celebrate as his legacies live and his impact in Nigeria would continue to linger.